I'm Dr. Bryan Langlois, the Medical Director here at the Humane League of Lancaster County. One of my jobs as Medical Director is to kind of look over things from time to time, see if there's medical issues that need to be addressed in the population, and also to look at sometimes why animals are being surrendered to the shelter by owners, if there are medical reasons and things we can help. In the recent month of May, we noticed there was a huge spike in owner surrender of cats in particular. One of the main reasons we noticed for that reason was actually house soiling, and I have a funny feeling that a lot of people don't really understand the nature of house soiling and what causes it, and certain things that can be very easily done to potentially fix it. So this is going to be a two-part series. The first part we're going to talk a little bit about why cats may house soil, and then in the second part we're going to talk kind of what you can do. And of course, the first thing you always want to look at when a cat is potentially house soiling is what are they doing? Are they urinating only outside the box? Are they potentially urinating sometimes in the box, out of the box? Are they defecating outside of the box, in the box? Where are they going? Are they urinating on vertical surfaces, or do they seem to just kind of squat in the middle of the floor and just urinate or defecate there? All of these things are things that you can ask your veterinarian or a shelter representative to try to help you, guide you in how to possibly fix these problems. I can tell you from doing some private practice work that one of the most satisfying things that we can do as veterinarians is deal with these problems and allow people to keep cats in their homes. Many people bring their animals to veterinarians for euthanasia because of house soiling issues, and most of the time we can actually fix these things quite easily. So these are all important things. So let's look at some of the reasons that we might have for the aspect of house soiling, and that's kind of why I'm down here in the catacombs of the Humane League looking through records and things like that to see what people's questions were. The first thing, obviously, is the pet spayed or neutered. Obviously, an unneutered male cat is going to be prone to spray. That's just what they do. They're not necessarily being bad, it's just what naturally comes to them. Unspayed females, believe it or not, can spray as well. People don't think of females as wanting to spray and be behavioral, but it definitely can happen. Another thing we want to look at maybe is medical reasons. Again, you'd be surprised how many people come into a veterinary office wanting to euthanize their cat because of urinating outside of the box, and really it comes down to a simple urinary tract infection. We treat that, we clear it up, they're right back to going in the box, and there are no problems. You also want to look at maybe other, illness factors that may be going on. Sometimes the cat is stressed because of an illness, and that is why they're urinating. So it's always important, anytime you have an animal that is urinating or defecating outside the box, you want to have it to your veterinarian. You want to make sure that it's checked out first to make sure that you rule out any kind of medical causes. Another big one that usually comes up, especially with older cats when this happens, is arthritis. Sometimes if you only have a litter box in the basement and the cat's got to go down and up 2 flights of stairs to use the litter box, it may just hurt too much for them to do that. So they're going to try to avoid doing that sort of thing. There are other reasons, that may cause a cat to urinate or defecate out of the box. One of the most common ones is a new arrival to the household, be it a child, be it another adult, be it a cat, be it a dog, or any kind of other pet. So, you want to look at those factors, and if you're looking at bringing a cat into your home or a new animal, you want to see how that's actually going to affect things with your current cats, because we want to try to make sure that none of that stuff happens. Sometimes it can be not even a new addition in a animal or human sense, but even a new addition in renovation, something that throws the cat off. Cats are very much creatures of habit, and as soon as you disturb some of that habit making and habit formation, they can kind of get stressed, and they may take that out as marking. Cats do and will sometimes mark out of spite, but it is incredibly rare. It's not as common as people think it is, and though your cat is not always spiting you by marking in certain areas. So you want to be aware of that. There are many other reasons that a cat may urinate or defecate outside of the box. Sometimes the texture of the litter is a problem. Sometimes the number of litter boxes is a problem. And we will address all of these things in the second part as to what really makes a good litter box and litter environment. So you want to keep all of these things kind of, in the back of your head when you're dealing with these issues. You really don't want to try to resort to having to give the cat up until you absolutely have to. And the reason is this. If you surrender a cat to a shelter for house soiling, sometimes it's very hard for the shelter to understand exactly why the cat was house soiling, and putting the cat into a stressful situation with a house soiling background will not make things any easier on them. And it makes it very hard for the staff sometimes to determine, are they really house soiling, are they not? And like I said, there are things that we can look at to try to help break this cycle, and things that you can do in your own home that we'll discuss in the second part of this segment. So those are just some of the basic things that you want to be aware of. And like I said, you want to make sure that you always monitor what your cat is doing. You know your cat better than anybody, and you know the environment the cat's in. If something changes, it's important to let your vet know that. Some of these issues are behavioral, and some of them are medical, and sometimes something as serious as diabetes can be brought on, or kidney disease can first manifest themselves as inappropriate elimination outside the box. So, again, you want to make sure that you have your vet check that stuff out. So that'll about do it for the first part of this segment. The second part will come to you from another location where we will talk about some more fun things that you can try to do. I'm going to try to get out of the catacombs here and see what we can do about solving some of these problems. So just as a disclaimer, as I put on all of these things, anything I'm saying here is kind of general knowledge and general information. It's not meant to really diagnose or treat a specific condition in your pet. Your veterinarian is the only one that can do that, and after seeing your animal. So please don't try to diagnose your own animal based on anything that's said here. These are just general guidelines. So hopefully in a little bit I'll be able to see you soon, and we'll talk about ways to help kind of break the cycle and things that you can do to help your cat start using the box again.